Hey guys, so clearly we're in a different place today. We're in my bathroom and I'm wearing this shirt, so you probably know what's about to happen. Also, you probably read the title of this video. I am dyeing my hair. So I used to dye my hair all the time. I had like the ends of it bleached and I dyed it all different colors. And then I finally fried the ends really bad, and so I had to cut it off. And I think I had a video where I showed cutting off it. My editing was bad, it was really long, but like that was a little over a year ago, and I just had my natural color all of that time up to now. And I am bored, so we're gonna dye it again. I really like my natural color. I don't have anything against my natural color, other than I'm bored and I like dyeing my hair. So I'm not doing all of it, I'm just gonna do like some streaks on the side basically, I think. And we're doing hot pink today. So yeah, that's what we're gonna do. So I'm gonna bleach it first and then we'll do the color. So the first thing I'm gonna do is brush out my hair. This is the only time you guys will ever see me brush my hair. Because curls don't like it. So I think what I'm gonna do is, because my hair is cut so it can be parted in the middle, but I never part it in the middle, because I don't like the way I look. But I don't want to have a specific part on the side, so I think what I'm gonna do is dye it part in the middle. That's what I've always done in the past. And basically I'm going to take like a section here, and that's gonna be the part that I dye, and then when I flip it over on the side there will be some hair that'll come down over it and it'll look really good. And then if I have it part in the middle, I'll have some streaks down the sides. So hopefully that'll work, if that makes any sense. So I think that's what I'm going to do. Okay. So I think that's a good amount. So that is the part that's going to be dyed. And I'm not going to go all the way to the root because, for one thing, the roots really aren't going to show much when my hair is parted on the side. But also, I want to be able to eventually, if I decide to, cut it off without cutting all my hair off. Because normally my part is around like here. I think that's a pretty good amount to go over it. They'll make it just like where it doesn't quite cover it, but it covers it a little, you know what I'm saying, like it peeks through. Okay, so now I'm going to mix the bleach. I'm using, this is a partly used one I have in there, the Quick Blue from L'Oreal. This is the bleach that I've always used, and it usually comes out really good on my hair. I get a really good lift to a good decent level. Like, I don't know the hair levels that well, but it's usually light enough. I only have to do it once, and it doesn't ever get really yellow or orange. It's a little bit yellow, but it's usually fine, especially since I'm going over it with pink. And then I'm using the Ion 30 volume developer with that, and then since it's 30 volume, usually it's just the one process and we're good. So these do have instructions for how much developer to like put in with how much, but that's assuming you use the whole packet, and I usually don't use the whole packet. So I usually until it's like the right consistency, and that usually works fine. fancy little brush too. Usually I end up just putting it on with my hands, but I can at least act like I'm trying to be professional. Okay, so I've got the bleach mixed up. And gloves on and start applying it. So I'm brushing it up like this so that it'll apply like evenly to the ends. So it won't be like, because my hair is layered on the side, I guess. I don't know, I guess it doesn't matter. Okay, so there we go. I did it in 2 sections like this, and then I kind of tried to blend it upward a little bit so that it's not a harsh line. And I'm going to gonna wrap it in, oh, I'm actually using a Ziploc bag because foil is, I always have a hard time getting the foil to lay right. So I'm using a Ziploc bag and I'm just gonna rubber band it around my hair, and I'll hold the heat in and keep it from getting all over everything. And I believe you leave this in for 40 minutes. Yeah, that long, and then I'm going to wash it out in the shower, and then I will come back and show you how it turns out, and we'll add the color. So I washed out the bleach, and this is how it turned out. Not nearly light enough to dye. So I'm gonna bleach it again. I'm thinking that it didn't get as light this time because the dye was pretty old, or the bleach was pretty old, and it had been open. So I mixed up some more bleach and I finished off the other one. So this is a newer one. So I'm hoping it will work better this time. So round 2, here we go. Alright, there we go. The texture of the bleach seemed much better this time, so I'm thinking it's probably going to lighten much more. Hopefully it turns out better this time. So I'll be back in like 30 to 40 minutes. I don't know if I'll leave it on the whole time just because it's the second round. Okay, so it's only been like 20 minutes, but my hair is looking very light, so I think I'm gonna go ahead and wash it out because I don't want it to be too damaged. Yeah. I definitely think that the other bleach that I used before was probably too old, and that's why it didn't work, because this is normally about how it goes. It's very, very light already. So yes, I'm going to go ahead and wash this out. I'm using a moisturizing shampoo, and I'm going to put a lot of conditioner in it. And then also when I dye it, the dye is kind of conditioning too, and I might add conditioner to the dye. I'm gonna let this sit for a little bit. It's very even though. It turned out very even and nice. And it's a nice shade. So I didn't want it completely like bright, light platinum blonde, because for one thing, the dye that I'm gonna be using is a very bright color, so it'll dye over some color just fine. Also, I plan on dyeing this a lot of different colors over time, and I want to be able to, in the future, if I need to use like a bleach bath or something to take out some color that won't come out, like if I do blue or something like that, I want to be able to do that without having to worry about completely frying off my hair. So that's kind of why my philosophy and why I didn't want it to be like bright, bright, bright white, because it really doesn't need to be, and I don't want to damage it that much. Alright, so this is what we're going with, and I'm going to let it dry naturally, air dry, and then I will come back and add the dye in probably like an hour or so. Alright, so I ended up blow drying it part of the way because it was taking too long to dry and it's getting late. So it's a little bit yellow, but that's fine, since I'm going to be going over with pink anyway. So yeah, there we go. I also learned that I don't know how to blow dry hair. I never blow dry my hair. I always dry it naturally, so that was an experience. Anyway, I don't know what that was. So now it's time to put the color on. So I'm using this color. It is magenta in the Ion Color Brilliance Brights. It's a semi-permanent dye. I'm also going to be adding some conditioner to it, so I'm going to grab that real quick. The reason I'm adding conditioner, I'm not going to add very much, just a little bit, but because these dyes are very thick, and it makes it go on easier if you add a little conditioner to it. So that's what I'm going to do. Look at that. Okay. It's still pretty thick. I also kind of just wanted to condition this a little bit more. So let's split it in half again. Alright, there we go, the pink is in. Now we're going to just tie on it. I always like to take the dye up to part of the brown part too. I feel like it just helps it blend better. So you'll see that I did that a little bit And there we go. So now I'm going to clean everything up, and I'm going to probably leave this in for like at least an hour. I think the box says to leave it for like 40 minutes. I find that the color is a lot brighter and stays a lot longer if you leave it in longer than the recommended time. So sometimes I'll even leave it in overnight, but that has stained my hair a few times where it would never wash out completely. So I kind of stopped doing that unless I'm using a color like orange or yellow or lighter greens. At least in the spring, those colors tend to wash out very quickly, so it's fine to leave those in overnight, for me at least. But colors like pink and red and blue and purple, they stay in totally fine on their own, and they do have the potential to stain my hair. So I'll leave those in for maybe like an hour to 2 hours and then rinse it out. I'm not going to shampoo or anything. I'm just going to rinse, maybe on a little bit of conditioner if I feel like it needs it, and then comb out my hair and everything. And I might come back tonight and show you. I'll probably wait till tomorrow morning when my hair is all dry and styled and everything, and I'll show you the results. So yeah. So it's the next day, and this is how my hair turned out. I'm super happy with it. It came out really bright, and it still feels really healthy and everything. It's curling normally, so that's good. And I'm really happy with how it turned out. It's so bright. So yeah, that's about it. Thank you for watching, and feel free to like and subscribe to my channel if you liked this video, and comment below. Yeah, and I will see you later.